Hi, guys. Welcome to the Golf Podcast Live. I'm Raphael, your host, alongside Michael. Today we have a very special guest, Mike Dickson. He's a golf top 100 instructor, fantastic guy, and he's got some great training aids that'll help you with your golf game. Mike, welcome to the show.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, guys. Excited to be here.
You know, at the golf show, it was quite the rage talking about your product, you being a top instructor and seeing this training aid. Tell us a little bit about lagmastersports.com and the Lagmaster training aid.
Sure. Basically, again, like I feel like it's one of the best training aids out there. It really simplifies the golf swing for all levels of golfers. I think one of the hardest things that every player struggles with is the sequence and how
Mm-hmm.
to start down, whether they're toed incorrectly or again, common sense with the golf swing. Anything common sense doesn't work. So that's really kind of where the idea came from, originated from some things I was hearing from Tom Watson and different things. And again, just trying to simplify it, like as a great teacher, trying to give someone feels without having to touch them.
That's incredible. Now, this Lagmaster training aid is a small device that attaches to your golf club,
Mhm.
and it helps you get to the top. Oh, there it is. It
Yep.
helps you. Let's see that up to the camera just for a moment. So that
Yep.
clips on it. It looks like a very simple device that
Yep.
clips
So
on, and once you get to the top of your swing, that ball joint will touch the center of your back shoulder, and that'll get you lined up so you're neutral. It looks like, being a golf instructor myself, I totally understand the mechanism. Keeps you from
yep.
being too flat or too steep, and it really gives you a good position at the top. Not only that, it gets you into an angled lag position on the way down to hold that angled 90-degree position. Incredible.
Yeah. Thank
Or
you. So like I think the thing that people struggle with, again, they hear the word lag. I think lag, I've been in golf for over 25 years. I think lag has always been around, and I think there's a little bit of a misconception of what lag really is. Again, there's lag in a putt, a chip, a pitch shot, full swing. It's not just an angle, it's the club is lagging behind the hands. So
Mhm.
we're trying to create all these angles, which is power and consistency and how we strike the ball. And I found that if I can get the body to move just a fraction different from the top, it started changing people's golf swings from like how they shifted their weight, how their whole body moved, getting into the release pattern and shaft lean. And it was pretty amazing. And all I was trying to do is just try to get people not to yank it down. So it's been really cool. And we came out last year in April. And like you said, since then, we have 5 items now. Lagmaster being kind of like the flagship training aid. But yeah, we released 2 new ones at the PGA show. We're really excited about.
Tell
It's
us maybe about that, Michael. You had a question about that.
well, more of a comment because I'm the amateur golfer out of the three of us here, and this looks like it addresses precisely what I'm working on. But not only a position at the top of the backswing, but it appears that it gets forces you to rotate your hips properly, guiding you through impact on the right path. But I just noticed I have your video on the screen here. And it posts on your opposing shoulder at the finish of the swing too. So it helps you stay in the right position all the way through the swing from my amateur perspective. So it
Yep.
looks like a very useful tool, and it's lightweight. You fit in your golf bag.
Yep. Again, I had it on a 10-year-old girl today working on her finish. For some reason, someone told her to keep her left arm straight in the finish and just started getting it where it folded up. And she's like, wow, that's like way easier. I'm like, yeah.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, like a funny story, like I meet Tom Watson. I talked about Tom Watson's secret all the time. That's really kind of what
Mm.
gave me the concept behind the idea. And I'm like, Mr. Watson, Mike Dickson, the head instructor here at Congressional, and it's great to meet you. I share your story of the secret all the time. And he's like, that's great, Mike. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming over. He's like, yeah, that right shoulder gets that right hip right out of the way. And I look at it now, like I didn't really capture what he said, but I look at it
Yeah.
now and I'm like, oh my God, that's what we're doing. We're again like everybody's starting to shift their weight and move their hips and use their hips, but the right shoulder is really actually what's engaging that. And if we want the right elbow pitched and more right arm, I have to move the shoulder. I can't
Mm.
move my keep my arm bent if my shoulder's not moving. So it's been really cool again, like just trying to figure out like because I get people ask, how does it work? And I'm like, honestly, it just does. Like simple answer. I don't have
That's
a
great. If you're
I have
just joining
complex,
us,
but yeah,
that's amazing. If you're just joining us, we're with Mike Dickson from lagmastersports.com. Take a look at the website. Fantastic products. You mentioned two other ones, the Rock Shot and the Training Aid and the Mini Club. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that. But first, I'm sure our lefties are wondering, is this good for lefties? Can a lefty use this as well?
yep. So talking about the mini club, the one thing I wanted it to do is have a face because again, I want face awareness. Too many people are trying to hold lag and then they come in, the face is wide open, they hit the hosel. So our mini club has lefty righty, and all I got to do to go lefty is I actually just have to loosen it, turn it so that it's on a 30-degree angle the other way, go up to the top, touch, and stays on. The interesting thing, and I did not do this by design, but I do have a 7-year-old that's lefty. Every training aid on our site is lefty and righty usable.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that anybody else can really say that. I feel like that's pretty cool accomplishment. Pure accident, but again, having a lefty son, I kind of understand that the pain sometimes they go through.
There's a lot of lefties in Canada that would be appreciative of this.
Yeah, hockey players, man. I never understood it with Wisconsin and Minnesota, but not like I'm like the right hand's the face control hand. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. If you're right-handed, you got to hit a lefty then.
Yeah, I
All
used to
right.
play
So
hockey left-handed, and when I took up golf, I was given right-handed sticks to play with. So, but that helped in baseball because I was able to hit off both sides of the plate. So I thank
Yeah,
golf for that.
Mike, thanks for joining us today. It's been fantastic
yeah.
to hear
Thanks for having
this.
me.
It's a great training aid that not only will I be using, but I'll be using it for my students. You got the Rock Shot, you got the training aid with the mini club, the practice club, and check out the short game ebook. Pretty unique in itself.
Thank
It's
you.
all on lagmastersports.com. And for Mike Dickson, Michael Bleakley, I'm Raphael Calamat. You've been listening to the Golf Podcast.